It did feel like quite a while, you know. I mean, I saw him drifting back because it looked like if he would have taken a three-step drop, I think we had an edge on him, but he just kind of kept drifting in the pocket. I'm like, get him, get him. Ball was up in the air. Dewey did a nice job of overlapping to help Christian, and we get the ball down. So made a stop, made a play when we needed it at the end, and you know, get out of here with a big West Coast win.
After a game like this, is it more relief or excitement in the moments after?
No, we're not going to apologize for winning around here. You know, I mean, that's just not anything we're going to do. Being 3-0 on the West Coast, you know, it was one of those games that you felt like, all right, we had explosive runs, then we had 2-yard runs, you know, and then we had big passes, and then we had picks. It was just one of those games that you felt like every time you kind of get momentum going, opposite maybe the first drive, you know, whether it was getting off schedule, they were doing some things in the third downs that was giving us some problems early on from a protection scheme standpoint that we needed to clean up. We did clean that up. So, yeah, I mean, you always feel multiple emotions after a game, but winning is what matters.
The turnover battle, 4-0, is never ideal, obviously. How did you guys overcome that and manage to just stay in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think you talk about resilience, toughness, staying together, guys having each other's backs, keep playing. I mean, Trev obviously was disappointed to throw some of the picks and have some of those issues, especially the one down in the red zone because Jacoby's wide open for a touchdown. But then he turns around and makes a huge throw to Parker to start off to overtime, and guys stepped up. I mean, nobody flinched. Nobody was walking around head down, disappointed, frustrated. Yeah, you got to keep playing, and that's been the message for the last few weeks, is just to keep playing. And these guys, they closed it out when we needed to.
What happened on the throw to Tim Patrick down there, I think, in overtime?
Yeah, so he's a clear out on the play, basically. Like all week, it was kind of a clear out deal, and we said, hey, if we get man, we can alert back if we get a rub. Well, they just so happened to bust it. From a coverage standpoint, he is wide open. He popped wide open, but Tim's more so thinking, I'm here to kind of clear this thing out, and I think that's just a great learning op and lesson for all of us, but specifically, hey, Tim, you know, nobody's just clearing out. You know, hey, you can get your eyes back on a go, especially when the void kind of happened. Trevor, I thought him just seeing it was actually going to be a good play for us. But that was just one of those things that Tim's thinking, I'm clearing out. Trevor sees it pop, and I think both those guys will learn from that moment.
You walk us through the decision to go for it on 4th and 1 down there at the end of regulation with like a minute 45.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't run it great, obviously. In some, like getting there, you know, on the previous play, we hit the keeper to Brenton to give us 3rd and 2. We get stuffed, kind of almost like lost a half a yard. I think we were like 4th and 2.5. And we just, hey man, we've been aggressive all season when it comes to those decisions. And you're putting us growing as an offense, us growing as a team is trusting them in some of those moments to go make those plays and go execute in those situations. It didn't work out this time, but hopefully those guys get the message that ultimately, man, we need to go execute in those moments and, you know, for us to close people out on our terms.
Over time, was it just more important to get points?
Yeah, at that point, it was like, man, we kind of just missed the throw, and so you're like, let's just get the points because, you know, it was one of those things. Why we took the ball was, you know, the defense had just been out on a long previous 2-minute drive. We took the ball. Obviously, it helped us in the Vegas game, right? We won that game and with that. But knowing you're going to potentially get another possession, and that would have been key and critical. Obviously, if they would have kicked a field goal there, we would have got another possession. So taking the points, putting it in Cam's hands at that point to make a kick, and defense got to go get a stop.
It's fighting it like that for the turnovers. Are you leaving him alone, or are you going over?
I just hit him a few times after a few of them was just like, dude, just keep chucking it, man. Like, what are we going to do? I mean, he was bummed. He was pissed about it. But he kept saying confidently, like, I feel good. You know, like I'm throwing it good. I'm seeing it good. Buddha made an unbelievable play on the 3rd down where he picked us off. We ran kind of everybody sitting at the sticks type play, and he was playing in between Austin Trammell and the seam stop, the sit down. I think it was Parker, I believe, or Jacoby. And I thought Buda made a great play on that one, and the one in the red zone obviously gets tipped. We march right down the field to start the second half. We go bang, 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 throwing the ball, and then we get a tip pick on the 6-yard line on a play that's a touchdown. So those are just the ebbs and flows of a NFL game on the road, and we pulled out a win.
Pass rush today. He wasn't sacked at all last week. You got to him pretty often. What was the key for you today?
Yeah, huge. Those guys, we had to use a lot of them in terms of, knowing that they were going to chuck it a good amount of times in this game. We used a lot of guys in different positions. We had a few substitution errors because of that. Danny kind of got nicked, and we were trying to put some different guys in some different spots to give us some more rush, but they ran it for 55 yards again, and we knew they were going to want to come out and chuck it, and we had to impact them and influence the rush, which we did in a lot of ways.
Strange back, did he play about the play time you anticipated?
Yeah, about that. I mean, we definitely watched him a little bit at one point, when he was playing quite a bit early on. We wanted to make sure that we weren't overloading him. Huge presence, right? He has the big sail route and then the keeper at the end. It's just his presence that and energy, the look in his eye that he has that gives our offense a spark.
Brian caught a bunch of passes, but it didn't feel like he really hurt you guys too much. What did you guys do against him?
Yeah, we had a few calls. I thought Campy did a nice job of mixing up whether we were playing vision zone or playing then sticky zone and trying to reroute him as much as possible within the 5-yard distance. And then we did combo him a little bit, played some doubles, whether it was in the third down situations or in the red zone. I got a lot of respect for that guy. And, I thought we did a nice job of tackling him and getting him to the ground.